Interview. This is a federal interview. (11:11). I wish I had a beautiful wife and beautiful children. This interview is on Judge Grady, who I believe has murdered 3 police officers in Palm Beach County and their sheriff's office. And I believe that there's going to be a civil war. Just calm face.
As one of the most recognizable elected officials in the state of Florida, he gets tons of requests for his time. And connecting with social service agencies, committees, and charities is vital.
When they call and say, "Would you come here and speak?" I go, "Sure. I'll put you on the calendar. You have to talk to Tina.
Just calm face. Yes, Joe. My name is James Martin May, for the record, and you are also on record on my behalf. I'm calling about Judge Grady. I need to speak with him.
Committees, and charities is vital.
When they call and say, "Would you come here and speak?" I go, "Sure. I'll put you on the calendar. You have to talk to Tina. She's the traffic control person."
I can do a voicemail, or I can take my information and send him an email to reach out to you.
So who is his secretary Tina? Because I was just told by somebody on the other line that his secretary is not Tina. But then I hear it right here when I'm looking right at him on his video, as you heard in the background. This is not chatter. That I need to speak to Tina, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm not directly sure. Let me see if it shows here. I don't know if it'll pull up.
You're on record on my end. We are also recording.
Okay, and that's fine.
No, I agree.
Let me see. I don't know if it'll, like I said, I don't know if it'll provide. No, it doesn't say who his secretary is.
Well, I was told in the past that it was Tina. So I don't know if people are lying to me. I don't know if...
And like I said, sir, I'm just saying I'm not sure if it's Tina.
So how would you not... I'm curious.
Somebody else in the office.
Right, and I don't want to speak over you, but how would you not know? How long have you been working for the police department?
I've been working here for many years, sir, but I don't work directly with Grady Judd. I'm just in the dispatch, so A lot of times there's people leaving the agency, they're changing positions, they're moving from one position to a different position.
Right. Can I put this on record? Is it okay if I put something on record?
That's fine.
All right. Well, I was almost murdered in Polk County Jail by Officer Hensley. Officer Hensley, as I was walked into the jail, which I can't tell you what I was doing there. What I was doing was I was working, right? Officer Hensley, he pinned me down, and I was almost murdered in South County jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did this occur?
This occurred on 1/0/1/20/23 under false obligations, under pretense, and I am sworn in, and I'm sworn under oath to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And the truth is, I was arrested by Officer Raymondy. Are you getting all this on record? You can slow your breathing down, take a nice deep breath in. Okay? Don't breathe over the phone.
Okay, I'm absolutely fine, sir. I'm just listening to you.
Okay, good.
Now
are you going to listen to me?
Microphones are very sensitive.
Right. Well, it goes both ways. There were 3 motorcycle officers killed down here in Palm Beach. Now, above that, now I need to speak the rest of the truth. I was almost murdered in South County by a man. Can you quit breathing to the phone so hard so I can actually talk?
Sir, I'm just breathing normally. Like I said, our microphones are very sensitive.
Oh, okay.
The only other thing I'd be able to do is not breathe.
Well, it's okay. I don't want you to hold your breath. I don't want you to hold your breath. I want you to breathe. I just want you to listen very carefully. So I was in South County jail, where I was taken under oath. I was taken by a woman named Kim. And this woman said that somebody from South County jail worked for Guantanamo Bay. Hensley initiated a fight with me in South. This is the reason why I want to get this all resolved. Type it down. Use your typewriter. Anyways, Hensley, I was almost murdered by Polk County and the people involved. Now, I can state all their names. Corey was supposed to be the officer in charge. Kim was the one to tell me that somebody was working at Guantanamo Bay. Hensley initiated a fight with me, almost murdered me. And let me think, what else? Shane 1, Shane 2. We have Corey, the man that was in charge. I remembered all this by note of head. I use my head before I talk. Let me see who else was involved. There was a Chinese, well, he looked like an Asian individual, that he was crying when he saw the state that I was put in. Now, not only this, I was put in by a jail that was held by 5 other people, including myself. I was in this place for over I'm going to take a guess, a wild guesstimate. It was just about 4 days to be approximate. Do you mind if I keep going with my story, or is my story disturbing you?
That's fine.
Excellent.
I'm listening.
Thank you. I'm listening as well. Thank you for your time. I really appreciated that. Anyhow, Jill is your name?
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay. So I was taken to South County. I was taken in like a dog. And there was animal control coming in and out. There was also people drinking on the job. Bartow was involved. Bartow was a young man's last name. Okay? And what happened when I was in jail is a woman came in. This woman came in and they told him all 3 individuals, this includes Bartow, Kim, and Hensley. She said, take off your belts. You guys are now under federal investigation. Well, actually, I can't state that for certain. But now, she said, if I can remember verbatim, that you now are she said she was going to interview them. And in the interview, prior to this, there's a statement on the record that was printed out, and they said that Langley, Virginia was coming. They also mentioned something about Quantico, which includes the FBI. Now, they had to swear in a statement, which they did. After that, they were pulled in 1 by 2 by 3. Kim, Hensley, and Bartow. They pulled them into the office 1 by 1 with a laptop that you're being recorded by right at this moment. And while the laptop was recording, I don't know what happened in the back room. I have no idea. I wasn't there. But they said specifically, take your belts off. This happened on 1012023. Okay, so this is what happened. So they took their belts off. Their established belts where they carry the pepper spray. And what happened next was this. They were taken in 1 by 1 into this specific room. I remember everything perfectly. I can even give you names, numbers, anything you need. Identification, Shane 1, Shane 2, Hensley, Kim, Corey. Let me see if I can remember anybody else. The Asian man was the only person that had my back. Then I was taken into the open bay where they kept me for about 2 days. Then I said something. I said, what you are doing is human trafficking. I say to something. I had to raise my voice because if I see something, I say something. Again, I'm under oath. The whole truth and nothing but truth. And when they took me, when I said that there's something wrong with this situation, what did I see? I'm going to tell you for what I see. I got to shut my eyes for this because I can remember everything. As soon as I mentioned something that they were putting, again, I was in a 9 by 6 foot jail, approximately 5 other people plus myself, where nobody could even, I couldn't even hardly breathe, let alone be in peace. Prior to this, there was a man that he kept saying he's the Reaper. He was about 6'7". I'll get back to that in a second. So I noticed that Bartow, he was a younger CO officer. And Bartow, he didn't want anything to be involved with this. I noticed because he didn't come back. So then they put me into a cell. The cell number I cannot recall, but I can remember exactly where it is. I can point it out. Now listen to me very carefully. When they put me in the cell, I was not clothed. Meaning, they kept me naked for over 6 to 8 hours. They kept me naked. They didn't give me any clothes. And Shane 1 is a person that had a black, he wore on his right arm or his left arm, he wore a black,
This is right on.
I don't know, something black that covers his arm. But he had it on his, I believe his right arm. Anyhow, I was also told that the cameras that were watching me the entire time, they don't work. However, I know these cameras work. So I was also told, now I'm going back to my, again, this is being recorded on my side as well. So I was approached by my legal assistant, and he told me, James, don't even bother going to court. They're racist people. He said this verbatim. So I said, okay, I understand. I won't even bother. So then it was taken down, and I had everything in typing and writing down here in Palm Beach County. This is where I'm from. And I was put into a jail cell in solitary confinement without clothes for over, again, I'm going to state this again, 6 to 8 hours. I didn't have any clothes. Meanwhile, Hensley's doing his rounds, and he kept looking at my private parts. And I'm not lying. Again, I'm under oath. And Hensley kept looking at my private parts. I don't know why. So then finally Shane won with the black, he had a black sleeve. Oh, that's what it was. A black sleeve on his right arm. Just to be specific. And he clothed me after I was 6 hours, over 6 to 8 hours without clothes, when I did nothing wrong. Then, meanwhile, I'm withdrawing off of Xanax, because I take Xanax to make sure that my health and my mental health is okay. After I was withdrawing very hard off of Xanax, off of alcohol, and off of Subutex, which I was prescribed at the time. I don't take Subutex anymore. Now, with Xanax withdrawals, you can die. It is possible to die off of Xanax withdrawals. I had no help, and there was one nurse that came around, and this individual nurse, she was being followed by, he had red hair. I don't remember his name. It's his first name, or his last name starts with a W. Let me think harder. What was his name again? Anyways, he just looked like he was really roughed up and like they had an issue. So this one, anyways, he was right behind the nurse that was trying to help me. Wilson, Officer Wilson. I remember everything. This is off the top of my head. I don't need cameras. The camera's inside of my head. But all those cameras that are around here that allegedly don't work. And can I ask you, in South County Jail, do the cameras work?
Sir, I'm not sure. I've never been in that jail. I'm sure every camera in the building would work for everyone's safety.
Well, that's what I thought too. Now, I was told by my, and that I agree with, by my legal counsel. I can't state his name because I don't remember it. This is where we need to resolve the problem. And I believe that the cameras were working because when I looked into the camera, I saw what looked like a red glare. And that's how I know when a camera works. Anywho, my legal counsel told me that there were no cameras working. So Hensley comes into my cell, pulls me out by my cell while I'm withdrawing off Xanax, as well as buprenorphine, because I'm not a drug addict, and I don't do drugs. But I do like to drink on occasion. Anyways, Hensley pulls me out by my orange suit, drags me to the ground, pepper sprays me, and then all of a sudden I can't see anything because I can't remember. Cause I can remember anything. I can remember everything that happened to me because I was very sober. So he pulls me out by my cell. Meanwhile, I have something more to add. Meanwhile, the whole entire time, I'm not being fed enough nutrition. I was being lacked with nutrition. And I'm glad that you tell me that for safety that these cameras work, because I was told by my counsel, and I don't have his name, but I can provide it. I was told by my counsel that these cameras don't work. Now, I believe that they do work. I know they work because I was watching them. So anyhow, Hensley pulls me out by my shirt, pepper sprays me, or maces me, throws me on the ground, and then I'm going to take a wild guesstimate, 6 to 8 people on my back. Meanwhile, there were they're not officers. It's a privilege to be an officer. These were COs. 2 of them were kicking me in the face, but they were kicking me gently. They weren't kicking me really hard. They were kicking me with just enough force that they knocked out my front right tooth, and they gave me 2 black eyes. Meanwhile, Hensley puts me back into solitary confinement, where I didn't have a chance to get a shower. I hadn't brushed my teeth in over 20. I was there for 17 days. Again, I'm sworn to oath. I didn't have a chance to brush my teeth for 15 days. Meanwhile, Hensley, after he pepper sprayed me, I didn't get a shower. Meaning I couldn't keep the pepper spray out of my eyes. All they had was, so let me describe what a jail cell looks like to you. Okay? I was put in solitary confinement, again, with a 9x6 is my closest guess. I'm taking a guess here. And Hensley kept coming around looking at my private parts, also known as my penis, while Kim, as I was walked into this establishment, she told me that somebody here works at Guantanamo, or it was from Guantanamo Bay. No, at the time I had a long beard, but that's beyond the point. Anyways, the point is, I want justice, and I want these people prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And again, I'm going to state this for the record. This happened on the date 1/01/2023, where I was taken into handcuffs by Officer Raymond D. Raymond D stated to me, and I'm telling you the whole truth about the truth, again, I'm under oath. Officer Raymond D, who is now a detective, which I find to be very, very strange, he said to me, while he took me to no, he didn't take me to South County. He took me to the booking, to where you just see Judge Grady's face all over the television. Prior to me being booked, Officer Raymond D, who's now a detective, said to me, oh wait, hold on, there's more to the story. Let me add this. Corey, C.O. Corey, kept saying, you're going to die here, you're going to die here, you're going to die here, to Hensley pulling me out by my and almost murdering me. Now, when I was almost murdered, they put so much suffocation on me, on my back, after I told you they were hitting me in the head with their boots. There were 2 individuals hit me with the boots. I had 2 black eyes. I'm going to state this again for the record, because my record is important on this side as well. He knocked out my tooth. I have pictures of all of this. Well, it wasn't Hensley that knocked out my tooth. It was Hensley, officer, or whatever you would want. He's not an officer. He doesn't deserve to be an officer. Hensley and his friends, I'm assuming there's 8 people. I can't give an assumption until we get the videotapes from the federal agency, which I'm only assuming the feds are on this. Now, he knocked out my right tooth, gave me 2 black eyes. It wasn't Hensley that did that. And as I was being suffocated by the men that were on top of me, the last thing I can remember is I'm never going to see my mother again. As I was dying, right in front of the cameras that allegedly don't work, the last thought that came to my mind is I'll never see my mother again. whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Now, after that, they put me back in that jail cell and they moved me. And the person that was Asian looking seemed to be the only person that really cared about me. Says, we're not going to put you in handcuffs, but I've had this done to me before, that somebody has hit me before. He said, are you going to hit me? I said, absolutely not. I'm not a violent person. Now, the individual that put me in jail made a false police report by the name Holly Best and Keith Best. They were the ones that gave a false police report. Also, I can speak of the people that I was in the jail cell with. This is how good my memory is. Menelite. His name was Menelite. He was a young Haitian brother of mine that spoke only but positivity. He was a great man. He was a great young man. He was the only person that kept me sane while I was there. Now let me go ahead and fast forward. So then they took me into a different cell unit. But prior to this, there was a woman and she had red glasses on, the frame of red glasses. But I don't believe they're fake glasses. Anyhow, she said to me that you don't have, she said to me specifically, you can't call anybody for 60 days. Your privileges are being taken away. I never had the opportunity to call one person. So when they put me over to the next jail cell over, I was met by a name by, let me think of his name, Jason Staples. Now how can I remember this? You probably wonder. Because this is what happened to me. Jason Staples, he gave me this whole story, and he gave me a song. It made me cry. Something about 1776. And I said, so I started speaking through the vents. I said, can you hear me? And they said, yes, we can hear you. And then Jason Staples, I asked him to make a phone call to my mother because I had no way to reach anybody. So he calls my mother. My mother did not answer, but on the second time she answered. And when she answered, she said that she was going to come and get me, allegedly. She never came and got me. Then I called my Aunt Mary. Whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. 703, I don't need to give you a number, 703, from Washington, District of Columbia, Langley, Virginia. My Aunt Mary answered, and she said, James, we're coming to get you out. After that, there was a man named Ricky that I was talking to the vents. And where I was told that there was somebody that shot a police officer, which I would never do. I would never do anything like that. I was being held in a purple cell. And I had to speak to Jason Staples. They didn't let me out. I didn't have a shower I was in there for 17 days total. I didn't get a shower but twice. I was pepper sprayed in the face, maced, whatever you want to call it, maced in the face. Once. I didn't get a shower. So what did I do? I actually had to tear out, under my stress and my post-traumatic stress disorder, I literally pulled out my beard. Now, at the time, I may have looked like somebody in Islam, perhaps. And the individual Hensley has obviously, well, I can't state it for him, but I can only make the assumption that he is brainwashed to think that everything you see with a long beard is a terrorist. Well, I'm not a terrorist, no. I'm and counterterrorism. Now, with that said, when I finally got out, my mother was there, sitting there. And there's more to the story. Meanwhile, I was about to purchase a house in your county, and your county is Polk County, right?
Yes.
Yes. I was going to purchase a house there with 2 acres and a couple goats. Well, after my mom picked me up, we were leaving, and there's only one way out of, well, there's 2 ways out. You can go through Sebring, and you can go through, I don't know, what do you call that road that goes to 95? I-65?
Over to 95?
No.
60 or the turnpike?
No. If you were to go east towards the beach, what is that road that takes you there?
The turnpike?
No. I'm talking about I-65, the road that takes you. Okay, so you know where you can, but you know where you get, you know.
Is not anywhere in the area.
So what?
95 would be the one that runs the east coast of Florida, and to get there from here, you could take the turnpike.
No, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. There is, okay, let me help you with this, okay? There's a place where you can buy gator tail. I love gator tail. It's delicious. Do you know where I'm talking about? That place where you can buy gator tail? Probably not. You're going to lie to me. And that's okay. So I was taking that road east towards 95, where they blocked the road. And for some reason, it's like they didn't want me to leave. So I didn't purchase the house because how bad Polk County hurt me. I'm not only hurt, I have post-traumatic stress disorder now.
Disgusted.
I've been hurt. I've been lied to. And my attorney said that there's a bunch of racist people there. Now you told me Tina, originally you told me Tina, you don't know her name, but you've been working there for how long you been working on dispatch?
12 years.
12 years. And who is the secretary for J.D. Grudd? You still don't know her?
As I stated before, everybody changes position, and I stated it could be very well Tina, or it may be somebody new.
Okay, and I respect that, and I understand that. What's the time right now? I'm going to conclude this interview right now at 3:44, Wednesday, June 4th. And your name? Can you state it for the record?
Jill?
What's your last name, Jill?
Martin?
Your
Question.
last name's Martin?
She's lying.
Yeah.
That's my middle name. Jill, I want to thank you, Jill Martin. I want to thank you for your time today.
She lied to me.
You're welcome.
Now, I do want to help you all, and I can give you everything I can to help you. But I need to speak with Judge Grady person. So how do we?
And as I stated at the moment, he's not on, but I can take your information. I can speak to my desk sergeant, forward that on to him for him to reach out to you.
Excellent. Here's my number: 561-541-3322. Just call them both.
And your name?
James Martin May. Birthday 4/12/1987. Residence Palm Beach County.
Okay, I'll relay this on to them, my desk sergeant, so they can pass this on and get it to him, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. I really do appreciate your time. You be well and
You're welcome.
be very safe, okay? Because there's a lot of corruption going around, and I just want you to be safe, and just know that I care about you and your people.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
If there's anything I can do to help, this is the best way it can help, is by being under oath and being well-spoken individual as a gentleman and giving you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, God.
I appreciate that. You have a good morning.
Top of the morning to you as well, but it's not morning yet.
Very close.
Actually, I need to conclude this. This is 11:46 p.m. 603-2025. I'm concluding this interview as of now.
The time is now 1:26 a.m.